Morning children, I hope you all are doing well at home. Today I am here with a poem from your book Honeydew, and the name of the poem is The Ant and the Cricket. This poem has been adapted from Aesop's Fables. Now you must be wondering, what is Aesop's Fables? Aesop's Fables is a collection of stories by a famous storyteller from ancient Greece. His name was Aesop, and fables are stories with animals as main characters, and every fable has a moral to convey.
Take a look at the poem now. I'm going to read out one stanza at a time and explain it to you side by side. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. So in the first stanza, we are introduced to a young cricket. What is a cricket? It's an insect. You can see that in the picture. This cricket was in the habit of singing, means he was used to singing and making merry. During summer and spring months, when the weather was warm and pleasant, he did nothing else except singing. But when winter set in, he realized that there was nothing for him to eat. He had not collected anything for the winter season. This was because he was a careless creature. He was a careless insect, and he did not bother to do anything other than singing. Now the next stanza. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Now in this stanza you see the winter has completely set in and the ground is covered with snow. Now there is not even a crumb. What is a crumb? A bit of grain. Not even a bit of grain anywhere around. Neither could he see any flower anywhere. He could not find a single leaf on trees. As we all know, trees shed their leaves in autumn and they are completely devoid of leaves by the time winter sets in. Now the cricket is really worried about himself. He says to himself, what will become of me? Means, what will happen to me now? I don't have anything to eat. Now next stanza. At last by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he would grant him some shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he'd repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. In this stanza, we are told that the cricket is in poor condition. He is dying of hunger as there is no food for him. He is all wet and shivering with cold, as he did not build any shelter to protect himself from rain and cold. Now in this situation, he gathers courage to go to a miserly ant. Now you know what is miserly ant? Miserly means stingy, means who doesn't want to spend anything. He goes to a miserly ant to ask for help. Now he wanted to see if the ant would help him by giving him food and shelter. Children, there was a word starvation, means dying of hunger, and there's a word famine, means shortage of food. While making a request to the ant, the poor cricket makes it very clear that he doesn't want to become a burden. Rather, he wants the ant to give him food as a loan, and he assures the ant that he would return it tomorrow. Now by tomorrow he doesn't mean the next day. Rather, he means later. Maybe when the weather changes. Now I read out the next stanza. Says the ant to the cricket, I'm your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. Now in this stanza, we have a dialogue between the ant and the cricket. After listening to Cricket's request, the ant very politely tells him that they are good friends, but ants follow a rule, a principle, and what that rule is? That they neither borrow nor lend. Means they neither give anything to anyone nor do they ask for anything from anyone. So in this way, the miserly ant very politely refuses to help the cricket. The ant further asks the cricket that did he not save anything for the winter season when the weather was warm and pleasant? And to answer this, cricket said very politely that he did not. Now the next stanza is, my heart was so light that I sang day and night. For all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say? Go then, says the ant, the dance, and dance the winter away. In this stanza, the cricket further explains that when the weather was warm and pleasant, then the nature looked very beautiful, and seeing that beauty of nature, he became so happy that he just sang and sang all the time. At this, the ant tells the cricket to spend his winter in the same manner as he spent his summer. She says, you just sang and sang in summer season. Now you should go and spend the whole winter dancing. Now the last stanza of the poem. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable, I'll warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs, some have 2. Now telling the cricket to go away and spend the whole winter dancing, the ant quickly opens the door and turns the poor little cricket out. In the last 2 lines, the author tells us that for people it may be a fable or a story, but for him it's a truth which applies to humans also. In the end, he says some crickets have 4 legs, some have 2. By this, he probably means that this is true of humans also, that some human beings are also like crickets who are so busy in having fun in their life that they do not save anything for difficult times.
So children, I hope you all understood it well and enjoyed it too. So now, what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that if we live without work, we must live without food. Or you can say that we must save something for our future. We must save something for a rainy day. What is rainy day? Difficult times. So we must have this habit of saving for future. So that's all for now. I hope you all liked it, and I'll be back soon with some more lessons. Till then, stay tuned, stay safe. Thank you.